Chad really hooked into this idea of trying to study John Wick through the situations of other films.
John Wick has elements of things in it that I grew up watching. It has a sensibility of a Western, of a samurai movie, of a wuxia kung fu film. It has underworld side. It has mythology. It's got car chases, you know. Keanu and I love the inspirations behind the John Wicks, the movies that we love.
We have really good film talks. We go off and talking about all kinds of films, from cinema, paradiso, to anything, where we talk about characters, talk about these actors.
I am a massive David Lean fan. So that's Lawrence of Arabia, so check the desert box. Obviously, I've got a fetish for deserts. You get to actually do a horse chase in the Jordanian desert in Aqaba, where they shot Lawrence of Arabia. Just to be there and see Lawrence Fishburne blow out a match, like Peter O'Toole, is worth all the pain and suffering of directing for the last 10 years, for sure.
Chad makes references that I get. He'll talk to me about a movie. He'll say, oh, a little bit of this and that, a little bit from this movie, a little bit from that movie. I'll be like, oh, yes, I get it.
Chad is, I guess, a cinephile. Between he and Keanu, they're pretty much a library of a repository of films. 70s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s.
Chad was really drawn to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
So one of the initial ideas when we were kind of thinking about what would be in John Wick 4 was this duel.
Challenge him to single combat.
Sort of iconic fight was something that we all pictured and thought would be so incredible to modernize and use Paris as the backdrop.
And I think that Chad and Keanu wanted to sort of tap into John Wick being a Western and John Wick as a Western character. He's also Westerns and samurai films.
Western, Eastern, mixing together. So unique. And then also perfect matching for the John Wick world.
I can see it's very heavily influenced by the kung fu movies.
Just give you a little bend to the dragon. Let's get this shit over with.
Jeremy broke down the Bruce Lee and Enter the Dragon with the nunchuck sequence.
Being able to put in as many contact hits as we can without it whipping back and hitting Keanu, and being able to get him to control the nunchucks was kind of the big deal.
Like, I'm a huge Butch Cassidy and Sundance fan. The opening of Butch and Sundance is the card game.
I thought we play a game. One hand. The winner decides who lives and who does not.
I want to shoot a card game. At least once in my life, I want to do a card game.
Exciting, yeah.
The way Chad pitched it to me was, remember in Enter the Dragon, when you first see Sammo Hung. Sammo Hung is a big set, you know, guy that fights Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. He's doing all these backflips, kicks, and yeah, you see him and you think, wow, that guy for his size, he can move.
That role was written for Scott Adkins. That was not an accident. He's from the low-budget martial art action world.
Chad's a big martial art nerd.
That's all you've got.
So with Scott, I think he was like, I just want to put him in a suit so nobody knows who he is, and when he comes out and boom, he's a badass.
I think it's fun. I think the world that Chad created very smartly.
All right, John Wick 4. We're doing a little gunfight with the amazing Donnie Yen.
A little ode to John Woo.
Little John Woo.
A little hard-boiled.
A little hard-boiled.
A little better tomorrow. And the killer.
Chow Yun-fat.
Chow Yun-fat, sliding on the ground, shooting at each other through glass. There couldn't be a more John Woo moment.
Here we go.
At the end of the day, you know, even though when you create something so unique, so special, it's always inspiration from something. But he created something on his own.
So you take the good, the bad, the ugly, and you put it together with Zatoichi, and you mix it all up in some Wong Kar-wai colors, and then you twist it on his head like a Tarantino film, then you get a John Wick movie. Like, I try to rip off from the best.